What is going on, guys? Today we are reacting to V-Shred. I'm really enjoying filming these reaction channels. I'm really enjoying filming these reaction videos, so hopefully you like it. V-Shred, if you don't know who V-Shred is, he is a popular internet guru, fitness guru, I guess you could call him. Very good at paying for ads on Facebook and Instagram, and used to post very regularly on YouTube. So that is what we will be reacting to today. I have a couple of different videos picked out. We're going to start with his back and biceps workout to build size and definition. 3 supersets by V-Shred. I think this was filmed like 5 or 6 years ago. So this should be good. This should be fun. Let's see if there's any good stuff in here or if it's all bullshit.
Guys, this is Vince with vshred.com.
Oh, and his real name is Vince.
In today's video, I'm going to give you a back and bicep workout that's going to help you build not only size, but also definition. It's going to be a quick workout, but it's going to be a good one.
I'm nitpicking. Definition is not caused by working out. It's caused by a calorie deficit.
First superset that we're going to be doing is a straight bar cable row. And that's going to be a great exercise to start with because it's a big compound movement. You're working multiple different muscle groups. Obviously, when you're hitting back, most of them are going to be polyarticular exercises where you're using 2 joints. So in this case, we're going to be using our shoulder and our elbow. So we're going to be using multiple different muscle groups. And also, we're going a little heavier here. So we're going for 6 reps. Now, that doesn't mean go super heavy to the point where you're kind of having to throw the weight back. You still want to be nice and controlled, but you want to be using...
Yeah, good stuff. Starting a back workout with a wide grip row like that is perfectly fine.
Front of your body. You don't want them to be way flared out. You want them up here, and that's going to allow you to get a better squeeze of your lats. Also, make sure to keep your shoulders rolled back and down. You want your scapula not only retracted, but depressed.
Really good stuff here.
And also take your biceps out of it as much as possible, and you just get better activation for the most part. So 6 reps there. Right after that, we're going to move in.
6 reps is arbitrary. You can try to do 6 reps. That's going to be like pretty heavy. Anywhere from the 5 to like 30 rep range is good. Yeah, this is great so far.
Bar curls. So here, exercise you probably don't do, but a great one because all you're going to do is lay back on the same cable row machine.
I like this. This exercise is nuts. For a superset, it's kind of weird just because you're going to have to like stand up, adjust the cable, lay down. Like I would hit all of back and then hit biceps just to accumulate the most fatigue in one area at one time. Just more efficient, but good stuff so far.
After that, the second superset, we're going to be jumping onto the lat pull down cable, and we're going to be using an easy bar here, and we're going to be doing some supinated lat pull downs. So supinated basically just means that you're going to be taking your palms, and rather than having them out and forward, you're going to be turning your wrists in, and naturally, to avoid some wrist injury, you're going to bring your hands in closer to each other and do like a close grip supinated lat pull down. This is going to work your lat in an amazing way. It's also great for getting that sweep of the lat that people call this, because this is going to help with the width of the back, that V tape.
It's not going to hit your lats any differently than if you were to just do a lat pull down with like a neutral grip or a wide grip. It's just going to put more of your bicep in the movement, which is fine. This is obviously something that he wants to do, is work multiple muscles at once. But if you're just going for isolation on the lats, period, probably not the best. Or probably like not a huge deal if you do it supinated or pronated.
If you're going for that, and again, we're going heavy. We're going 6 reps here.
This dude loves 6 reps.
I mean that you're throwing your back and you're using a bunch of momentum to get this weight down. We're gonna be doing a lean back, close grip, easy bar curl. So these are kind of like face curls, and I love face curls because it's really good at working the peak of the flex for your biceps.
Peak of the flex. I'm not sure what that means. It definitely stretches the shit out of your bicep, which is what you want. You want a big stretch and you can still get a good contraction. It's a little unstable, especially as you get stronger and stronger. It's going to be a little bit difficult to stay in this position. A normal like preacher curl all the way up to your face would be fine. But yeah, not a horrible movement by any means.
A great contraction because your elbows are in front of your body, and that's why I love it, because you feel it so well. So here, you're gonna go a bit lighter. We're going for 15 reps. Again, I like going higher reps with biceps because it is a smaller muscle group. It is an isolated exercise, and because it's such a small muscle group, I typically don't like going too heavy because I often find that I start cheating the weight a little bit.
Yeah, great advice there. If you find that in lower rep ranges, you're swinging weights and using a lot of momentum and not perfect form, not full ROM, yeah, it's great. Go for higher reps. It's perfect.
Dumbbells here, but we're not going in the 6 rep range again. So for this final exercise, we're actually going to be going a little
dumbbell bent over row.
10 reps here. So you're going to grab whatever weight that you can handle for 10 reps with a bent over double arm.
I like it. Dumbbell row's great. More isolation. It's an isolateral movement, meaning that you are free. You're not like on a barbell, both arms are doing the same thing. Yeah, it's good. I'd rather do it on like chest supported or something, just because me personally, I'll lose that like strict back. But looks good.
So I love hammer curls because it's really good at working, making the biceps look longer. And I like that because I have short biceps. It's just the natural insertions of my biceps. So I try to train them a little bit better for that. And hammer curls are also just dumbbell hammer curls. So I love hammer curls because it's really good at working, making the biceps look longer. And I like that because I have short biceps. It's just the natural insertions of.
That's not true. Nothing's going to make your bicep look longer other than having a longer bicep. I get what he's trying to say. He's saying that the peak of his bicep is very pronounced. His muscle insertions are just not very long, as he said, but nothing's going to make your bicep look longer other than having long biceps. Other than that, hammer curl is a fine exercise. First video, I rate like 7 or 8 out of 10. It wasn't horrible. V-shred not on his normal V-shred bullshit. Let's see if that stays true. Up next, full chest and tricep workout for a bigger chest and bigger arms. Probably not going to get bigger arms, probably just going to get bigger triceps. Let's check it out.
VinceWithVshred.com. Today, I'm going to be taking you through my current chest and tricep routine. We're going to be doing 7 different exercises, 4 for chest, 3 for tricep. First exercise that we're going to be starting with is an incline dumbbell press. So I'm going
love it.
8 reps. We're going 4 sets. We're going a minute and a half rest in between each set. And then on the first thing is your shoulders are rolled back and your chest is sticking out. Try not to flare your elbows completely out to the side. You want to bring them down a little bit and really focus on pressing up through your chest, not losing tension at the top, bringing it back down, holding tension.
Yeah, if I'm really like nitpicking here, a slower eccentric movement and a little bit deeper on it, you could push those dumbbells like almost past your chest line. But other than that, this is a great movement, especially to start a chest day, yeah. Great. Incline has seemed to be not only beneficial for your upper chest, but also targets some of your mid to lower pec as well.
We're going to be going a higher rep range here. So I'm going to be going for 12 reps, but we're also going to be doing alternating. So we're going to be going left arm, then right arm. Symmetry is one of the most important things when it comes to an aesthetic figure. If I go 60s or 70s here, we're really going for good form, time under tension. 1 minute rest on the dot, right into the next set.
So, static holds like this, alternating, is stupid. It does nothing. It gets you better at static holds. That's all that static holds have been seen to do. If you for some reason need to do alternating, I would do it alternating the opposite way. Not at peak contraction, because there's no way that you're squeezing that pec at lockout and focusing on this one. This one's probably you're just locking your elbow and sitting there. Alternating's dumb. He just said that, asymmetry is something that you're looking for, and which is true in bodybuilding. You want a physique that is symmetric. You can get that by just using dumbbells. That's the point. Like, you are already doing that because you are using 65 pounds in each hand, as opposed to a pre-core chest press where it is not a isolateral movement, it's a bilateral movement, so it's connected, so you could just push with one arm and the other side would move. Dumbbells are not like that.
Keeping that chest out and squeezing them all the way up to the top, really focusing on contracting your chest muscle and bringing it back out and down, and then you're only going about in line or parallel to the ground. So stop there, and you're keeping your chest.
Really, really good movement until the last part. Stretch all the way. The stretch is the most beneficial part of muscle building.
All right, and so for the final chest exercise before we get into triceps, it's just going to be a regular pec deck machine. Main thing to keep in mind here when you're doing this exercise is the same thing that I was talking about with the incline fly. You don't want to bring your hands together like that because my elbows have so much more range of motion that they could go in, and that makes all the difference with your chest. Just that to that is a huge difference. And so you want to really make sure that you are trying to lead with your elbows, and you're really only...
Good stuff. Again, I would like to see a deeper stretch. It's a little, we're not like anywhere close to junk volume, but 2 pressing exercises and 2 fly exercises is like, okay. I would like to see an incline movement, a flat movement, and then a fly. And then that's all you need. 3 exercises, you're done with chest. Say goodbye to spending hours and hours in the gym. But I can't really complain about this. I mean, pec deck is a great machine, great tip on how to get a bigger contraction. Yeah, I would just like to see a deeper stretch and maybe slower on the eccentric movement.
Because it's one of the best exercises for triceps, for hitting all 3 heads of your triceps.
Yeah, absolute bullshit. It does not hit the long head in the back. It only hits the short and the mid. Because that long head is controlled by your shoulder, not your elbow. So if you were doing it out in front of you, you could maybe do it. But if you at home reach your arm behind you with a straight arm, you will feel that big head of your tricep squeeze. And that's because it is controlled by your shoulder movement, not controlled at the elbow. You will not hit the back tricep head by tricep row pull down. Still an okay movement. You can't get that deep of a stretch on it unless you're really mindful about it, but it's an okay movement.
You're gonna throw your arms back, keeping your elbows in that same spot, and then you're going to squeeze up with your triceps, going right back to starting position. Just going back.
Yeah, this is great. This is a great movement. Skull crushers is one of the best movements for triceps because your shoulder joint is moved, and because of that, you can hit all 3 heads. And if you get, like he is, the incline does nothing, but might be a little bit more comfortable in him if you have like some shoulder impingements, elbow impingements, anything. But that is a crazy good exercise. You can get a crazy stretch and a crazy contraction and see some massive tricep growth.
I'm gonna be right here, and I'm going 12, then I'm switching, and I'm going 12, and then I'm not resting, and I'm going 4 sets, back to back to back to back.
Yeah, okay movement. Nothing crazy. I would have liked, I think it's just to the point that like this is kind of useless. You're doing the same movement. The tricep coming across your body as opposed to straight down doesn't change which head it hits because, again, this shoulder isn't changing. So it's an okay movement. 3 tricep exercises is a bit much. Okay, that video, a little bit worse. I'll give it, you get like a 7 out of 10 for me. Nothing too horrible. The static holds are dumb, but
One of my possibly favorite dumbbell or just bicep exercises in general, because you're able to go heavy with it. Now, a lot of times people end up going too heavy with this and they end up swinging this weight and not really get much.
not bad advice. Again, we've already seen him do dumbbell hammer curls. Again, it's an okay exercise. It's great. You can get a big stretch as long as you're pushing that elbow down at the bottom of the movement. Yeah, it's a great exercise for biceps.
Seated alternating curl. So a little different from the hammer curls, because with the alternating curls, what you're going to do is start in a neutral grip, but then as you curl this weight up, you are going to supinate your wrist, which means you are going to take your palm and they are going to end facing up. This is going to be really good for getting a nice, strong contraction. So that contraction is a little stronger than that contraction. Notice how my bicep shortens a little bit more by turning my palm up like that. That's going to help you get a nice peak contraction with that curl. So, but also I'm sitting so that you're not able to use any kind of momentum from bouncing with your knees. A great.
You can definitely use momentum while seated. The going from neutral to a supinated grip is fine. It's a little bit of a waste of energy. You could kind of just keep them straight, get a huge stretch, get a huge squeeze. Not a absolute like horrible movement by any means.
On your wrists, but there's 2 different ways that you can do the easy bar curl. Curl this weight up, squeeze at the top, back down, nice controlled manner.
Yeah, some truth to that. Only thing I don't like about a seated barbell curl or a standing, the only thing I don't like about a standing easy bar curl is you can't get as deep of a stretch if you were doing like a preacher curl or something, but it's a fine movement. You can definitely use it to build arms.
All right, the 4th exercise that we got is an incline bench hammer curl. Now, this might be my favorite dumbbell exercise, or my favorite bicep exercise of all time, simply because it really works your bicep in a different way than normal and really well. You want it to be back behind the line of your body, and you want it to stay back behind the line of your body. And you can supinate your wrist if you want to. Personally, I like hammer just because it goes along the line of your body.
Yeah, this is great. This is a great movement. You provide a deep stretch. You provide a good contraction. It's a great exercise.
Hanging curls. Now, you might call these a little bit differently. I like calling them hanging curls because your arms are going to be hanging off the end of the bench. This is going to be a really good for basically doing the opposite of what the incline bench hammer curls do, which you keep your elbow back behind the line of your body. These, you're keeping it out in front of your body. Curl forward.
Yeah. Good exercise again, especially if you get like a huge stretch at the bottom. You can see a lot of beneficial stuff from this.
Force you to do it the right way, which is with your elbows coming back and you dragging it along the line of your body. So you're gonna grab this.
That's not what a drag curl is. A drag curl is usually performed with a cable. It's called a drag curl because imagine that you're dragging your fists on the ground whenever you're curling up with a cable machine. We'll see what this movement looks like. I think it's going to be dog shit, but
Hips, let this go all the way down, and from there you want this basically touching your thighs. And as you curl this weight up, you don't want it coming in front of your body too much. You literally want it sliding up along your body as your elbows.
Yeah, this is a dumb movement. It's useless. It looks like it does basically nothing other than flex your bicep, and you can't get a big stretch, so not worth it.
Starting neutral and then curling it up and supinating at the top, squeezing, then going back down in a nice controlled motion, keeping your shoulders down.
Yeah. This is a crazy good exercise. What I've been saying the entire time. Provides a big stretch, big contraction, is easy to overload. It's a great exercise. Maybe V-Shred was better back then. All right. That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get very, very angry based on some of the nutrition and other insights he has on his ads and the other things I see across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. But it wasn't that bad. V-Shred looks like he used to know what he was talking about, or he knows what he's talking about whenever it comes to exercises. Some of the stuff is very Instagram-y and just looks good. There was some other stuff that was pretty decent. I rate V-Shred's workouts specifically. I give it like 8 out of 10. If you did those movements, you could definitely see some crazy results. Don't do those damn static holds though. Those are stupid. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit like, hit subscribe down below. All the other important links will be down below as well. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.